Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kai and I really like to talk about books. And that's what you're here for. So I'm here to provide that for you. I'm here to provide that service to you, to talk your ear off about books. Based on the title of today's video, I will be doing my July wrap up, and I read 14 books in July, and that is a lot for me. I remember in 2022, I think it was, because 2023 was a terrible year for reading. I was pregnant. I think I read like 40 something books that year. It was very wild. I think I only read like 10 books a month in 2022, and that was the year after I got back into reading, so I've really upped my game. And I feel like people ask me all the time, how do you find the time to read? Like, you're a mom, you work from home, like how do you, I force myself to stay up at night and read books. Like I was up till almost 1 a.m. last night finishing a book. And I also read while she naps. So it just depends. It depends on, balance. She's really good about playing by herself, so I go do house stuff and work stuff while she's playing, and then I usually read while she's taking a nap. So I'm very fortunate to have the work and life scenario balance that I have. So yeah. Don't let anyone ever make you feel bad about how many books you read a month, a year. If you're reading a book, if you're reading one book a month, good for you. If you're reading one book a year, good for you. Like, I just like to compete with myself. I don't know why. I feel like I should get closer to the camera. I'm sitting on a pillow, so hi guys. I feel very up close and personal now. Hello. I have my phone in front of me. I'm going to go over all the books that I read in July. I will tell you what I rated them, how I read them, what I thought about them. I read some really good books this month, and then I read some not so great books. So I'm really excited to get into it. And without further ado, we're jumping in. So I started off the month poorly, very bad. I listened to She Left by Stacey Gray. I gave it 1 star. I went into it with really kind of decent hopes. Like I was hoping it was really gonna be good. I'm in like a thriller mood lately, like a thriller, mystery, horror book, kind of vibe lately. So I was like, okay. I gave it 1 star. Have not listened to an audiobook since. So if that tells you anything, yeah. But then the month already started turning around because I read Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. And this was my first, this is so bad, this was my first mafia romance book that I have read. I've written one. I have not read one yet. And I really enjoyed it. And I really want to read the other books in the series. The art inside the paperback copies is just like cherry on top of the cake because I'm a hoe for art. I gave this 4 stars. Yes. Well, I would recommend it. And then I buddy read Rom-Commers with my friend. This is my first Catherine Center book. I have never read her before. I will be jumping in now to her backlist because this was such a good read. I give it 4 stars. I borrowed it from my library. I'm trying to do that a lot more. Borrow books from the library and then actually read them because I got so many books downstairs that are from the library that I need to read. And then I feel really guilty because I'm like, what if someone else is looking for this book and wants to read it right now? That's a problem for another day. But 4 stars. I really liked it. I should probably say, if you want to know what any of these books are about, please go look on Goodreads or Storygraph or just Google it because I'm really bad at explaining what books are about. The Rom-Commers, obviously, it's a romance book. She Left, a thriller. Brutal Prince, mafia romance. So I'll try to be better about telling you at least the genre. because sometimes I read books and then I don't even remember what they're about. I'm like, what book? Yeah. And then I decided to hurt myself and put myself in pain because I read Powerful by Lauren Roberts. And I cried. Okay. I gave this 5 stars. Justice for Adina. It was, I don't even have any words, okay? Why was this book needed, okay? Was it just designed to break my soul? Because that feels like that's what it was for. Like, I'll be sending Lauren Roberts my therapy bill because this hurted me. This hurted. I did not need that, Lauren. And then I decided to just go off the fucking deep end. Okay? And I read Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. And if you're looking at this edition and you're like, Kai, what is this? This is the Eternal Embers and Larry Reed's collab. And my fantastic friend Alan, oh, I love her. She sold these to me because I am a huge Larry Reed's fan. And I just read these books this month. And I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. Because when Larry first started having the Eternal Embers box come out with this, I hadn't read the books yet. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. I don't want to spend money on a book I don't know if I'm going to like. I liked it. I gave it 5 stars. It hurt me. Okay. Ouch. That's all I'm going to say about that. It hurted. And then I read Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. This is the first book I've ever read by Sally Hepworth. Oh my good God. That book was wild. Crazy. My buddy read that with my friend as well. I rented it from the library. I really want to get a physical edition copy, whatever, because I gave that book 5 stars. It was so good. It was a thriller. It was, I don't even have any words for it. It was so good. And then I just kept the pain coming because then I decided to read Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. And I also gave this one 5 stars. This one hurt too. If you are going to go into this series, one, be prepared because these books are very long and the words are very small. I recommend checking it out on Kindle Unlimited because that's how I read them and that's how I enjoyed them. But these editions are way too pretty now to pass up. So, but look up your trigger warnings if you're going to go into this series. It discusses some very heavy topics, so be mindful of that. And then I've been exploring different genres this year. I guess that's kind of been like a subconscious goal of mine, is to like dive deeper into genres and see how much I like them and how far into horror I can take myself, because I read Off Season by Jack Ketchum, I think is how you say his last name. Good God, if you're gonna read this, please look up your trigger warnings, okay? If you've read it, just know I make sausage links for my daughter every morning and I still can't look at them the same. It is a horror novel about cannibals. I give it 3 stars. I read it on KU. Am I gonna read the sequel? Yes. Am I haunted by this book forever? Also, yes. And then I read the arc of I Need You to Read This by Jessa Maxwell, and I wanted more from it. It's a thriller novel, kind of like cat and mouse mystery kind of vibes. I gave it 2 stars. It wasn't my favorite. I was really upset that I didn't like it. I have a lot of books on my Kindle from NetGalley that I really need to read, so I'm trying to slowly but surely go through them. And this was one of those, and I did not enjoy it. Then I read The Game Changer by Lana Ferguson, and I read The Nanny by her, and I gave that one 3 stars, but I was really excited for this one because I had seen her post on Instagram spicy scenes from this, and it's a hockey romance, and I was like, sign me up. Plus, this was my book club's pick of the month. So, I was really excited. I was like, yes, it's going to be so good. I don't know if it's Lana Ferguson that is kind of just not for me or what, but I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite. The spice was spicy, but the rest of it, I was wrong. I was not really a fan. Then I read 13 by Steve Kavanaugh, I think is how you say his last name. I read it on Kindle. I gave that book 5 stars. That book was effing wild. That book was crazy. I am wanting to read other books by him now. It was so good. Had me on my toes the entire time, and I thought it was really interesting how he switched POVs. So he not only switched character POVs, he went from first person point of view to third person point of view, and I thought the way he did that was amazing. So 5 stars for that. Yes. And then I read The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, and I think she's hit or miss for me, because I read One of Us is Dead by her. I gave it 1 star. I did not like it. But then I listened to Home is Where the Bodies Are by her, and I gave that one 4 stars. That one was really good. But The Perfect Marriage, I gave that one 3 stars. It was aight. I mean, it's nothing I'm going to rate Home about. I don't think it was bad for a debut novel, but I just don't. Then, on my Kindle, I read I Will Find You by Harlan Coben, and I really liked the beginning of this book. I thought it was really good, and I really thought that I was going to give it 5 stars. Like, I was fully going into it, like, ready to go. Like, ready to give it. I would like to correct myself and say that I actually gave The Game Changer 2.5 stars. Sorry, y'all. I gave it 2.5 stars. I gave The Game Changer 2.5 stars, so correction on that. I'm so sorry. Sorry. But anyway, back to I Will Find You. I really thought it was going to be a 5 star. I hopped into it, thought it was so good. The ending really let me down. I expected more from it. I feel like the plot wasn't tied up at the end. There were still too many loose ends. Like, it just wasn't, it was not good. So I gave it 3 stars. I was so upset, dude. And then the last book that I read in July was Reckless by Lauren Roberts. I tried to go into this open-minded, and I think that I'm just not a fan of second books in series, because I did not like Iron Flame, but I loved Fourth Wing. And then this book, I gave it 3.5 stars. It felt very repetitive. The ending is kind of what saved it for me, and I love Kai and Peyton, so I was like, it really hurt me not to give it a higher rating, but at the same time, I was just like, okay, I'm ready for the 3rd book. I'm ready to see what happened. I am very perplexed. I have questions. I'm confused. Like, give me the finale of this. So those are all the books that I read in July. If you liked this video, make sure you like it, and you comment, and you share it to your friends, and you subscribe to the channel. If you've read any of these books, let me know what your thoughts are. If there's any books that you recommend to me, let me know. If you have any wins recently, let me know in the comments. But just, I don't know. I'm recording this on August 1st, so God bless you guys and have an amazing August.